Issue number 17 of the Mighty Morphin comic by Boom Studios is the start of a new story following the conclusion of the Eltarian War. We start at the remains of the command center and learn that the majority of systems in the power chamber survived the blast. The command center above was responsible for the surveillance and communication capabilities, as well as shielding and cloaking of the power chamber. So that's the comic book's in-universe differentiation between the command center and power chamber. The Rangers can still morph because they still have the power chamber, but they need a new command center. Zordon tells the Rangers that the command center was an Eltarian outpost to monitor the Zeo crystal on the moon. The outpost was a standard model, which happens to be rather convenient. So the Rangers are going to need to go into space and get a new command center. Without a command center, the Power Rangers are vulnerable, and therefore Earth as well. It'll be interesting to see how the Rangers are going to get a whole command center to replace their old one. Rocky takes a phone call and returns home. It was his mother on the phone, and the reason she wanted to speak with him is because she needs to go to Dallas for a few days to try and keep her job secure. Because of this, it looks like Rocky can't go into space with the other Rangers. Outside, the moon somehow disappears. Promethea was ruined during the Eltarian War, so Grace is carrying out repairs. She's told that what actually happened to the moon was that it's just been cloaked. No idea what the point of that was, but it happened. Billy, Tommy and Zordon pay Grace a visit. They need to strike a deal. Earth is defenseless at the moment, so Zordon needs Matt to keep the power chamber safe while the Rangers are away in search of a new command center. They'll also need an Eltarian ship to take them there, and also have 10,000 megawatts available to teleport the command center to Earth. Grace agrees because at the end of the day, Matt's Green Ranger powers rely on the Rangers' connection to the Morphin grid remaining intact. So, the Rangers have an Eltarian ship now, and as they pack to go, Rocky tells the Rangers he can't go with them. Aisha and Tommy think that's great because they need someone to stay behind to keep the power chamber safe. Although Grace will be sending her people to protect the power chamber, this is the Rangers' home, so they feel one of them should defend it as well. And with that, Rocky is left to defend the power chamber as the other Rangers leave Earth. Within seconds of their departure, Rocky is under attack. What I find funny is the Rangers must have detected that, but they didn't even bother to stop and help Rocky first. But anyway, Rocky is under attack from killer robots. Looking at the design, they seem to be similar to the Machine Empire designs. Rocky morphs and tries to fight off the robots on his own. He is outnumbered and the power sword isn't much help. Then a dragon strike hits the ground, destroying all the robots. Matt showed up just in time. The other Rangers are out of comm range, so Rocky and Matt can't relay what happened to the Eltarian ship. One of the damaged robots is transmitting a feed, and we see new villains spying on Rocky and Matt. They know Zordon's fortress is undefended, and Zed's gone, so this is a chance for King Aradon's Automation Dominion to take over the world. The Rangers in space have identified a planet where they can get a command center from. One planet had an Eltarian presence, but was abandoned 3 decades ago. That's Aegis 5, an ocean-covered world. The command center is beneath the surface of the ocean. It'll be interesting to see how this story will unfold. There are a few things to note. Is Aegis 5 Aquitar? It might not be, as we saw the alien rangers of Aquitar in the comics before. This might be a similar planet. We might have confirmation when the Rangers actually get to the planet. Grace was contacted by Dr. Michael Zaskin at Promethea. In Power Rangers Time Force, Dr. Michael Zaskin worked for Biolab. If this is the same Doctor, does this mean he moves from Promethea to Biolab? And finally, King Aradon. He was mentioned in Power Rangers Zeo, but not shown on screen. It's interesting to see the comic book's interpretation of this character and the new Automation Dominion, as opposed to the Machine Empire from Power Rangers Zeo. With all these ties to the series after Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I do wonder if these comics will end soon, with a transition to Zeo and beyond.